Okay, guys.
Arsene, can you tell us your thoughts on the match and the day generally?
It was, first of all, we had good weather. And then I think it was the game that was in the continuity of our home season, because we played 19 games, we won 15 at home, had 2 draws and 2 losses only, and scored more goals than ever. And so it was in the continuity of what we delivered at home. The team played with a great spirit, as they have. And apart from that, it was as well a very sad day, because for me, I came here to make the first photos when the lorries came in with a deposit for the rubbish, you know. And so this stadium I've seen worked on every single part, from your press conference to the technical area. So of course it's part of myself. And but as well, it's a day where people behind me can work in good conditions, and I'm quite happy for that.
Arsene, if your replacement should ring you for advice, would you take the call, and what would you tell him?
I think it's better I don't speak publicly about the next manager, because I'm not involved in the story, and I do not want to put any pressure on the club to choose this guy or this guy, and to give already a handicap to the guy who comes in because he has not been chosen or was not my decision. You know, I have nothing to do with that, and I just think he inherits a team who is much better than people think it is, and I'm convinced. You can see, you know, the togetherness that is in the team is special, and with the right additions, this team will challenge next year.
What were your emotions in the centre circle at the end there, Arsene?
Yes. Fortunately, you know, in my job, you learn to disconnect from yourself, and you don't analyze anymore how you feel. For 20 years, I just felt, okay, forget about you, and just care about the problems you have to sort out. And I must honestly say, when you have such a long time in a job and people ask you, how do you feel, you think, why does he ask me that? I don't know how I feel anyway. I have to learn to reconnect with myself now. I have a bit more time. No, you will be happy. You have another face in front of you next season, and a younger face. So, but apart from that, I have to deal with that. It is a story that ends, and I can see it. I see it in one way. Look, guys who managed 22 years a club of that stature, you have not many. So I can only say, my friend, you have been very lucky to have such a comfort to work for such a long time for a club of that stature. And on the other hand, I have to think as well, I will cherish every minute I was here, but as well it's a new start for me.
Tell us what the emotions though felt. I know I'm asking you what did you feel, but the fans in the stadium, man, they all stayed until the very end. They all gave you this wonderful reception. What does that mean to you? It must mean so much.
It means that even if you're not always happy, they still respect me and wanted to show me that at least they think I gave my total commitment to do well, and that is, of course, that's how I see it and how I take it. And they know that my commitment was genuine, total, with complete integrity. And so I take it as, of course, a big compliment.
Arsene, what does it mean to you to have that gold trophy, and where might you keep it?
I don't know. I have to see where I put it, you know. It was a surprise to me, but I don't know. So many things happened today. from the morning I woke up until now, you know, I have to organize a bit my life. I want to finish well the season because there are 2 away games, and maybe for next season it's better we win the 2 away games now.
Arsene, you'll be a fan pretty soon. How long until you're sat in the North Bank with all the other fans?
I don't know. In the North Bank, I would be happy to sit in the North Bank, in fact. But I don't know if it depends. Do I work somewhere else or not? Or what do I do? Or will I, in the job I do, will I be free on the day Arsenal plays? I'll be happy to be in the North Bank. If you can offer me a ticket, I will come. You have one, Amy. Fantastic.
Does that change your view of? Do moments like this change your view of whether you want to keep on managing? Because
you know what the positive of that is? I can shout at the next manager in the North Bank.
Do you think that very soon there will be a stadium of you outside the stadium?
Sorry?
There will be a stadium.
Do you think there'll be a statue for you at the stadium?
I don't know.
Arsene, many highlights.
Last
many
one.
highlights. You can go back in 20 years, many highlights. What would you say were the top 3? Could you surmise the top 3 highlights in that time?
I cannot. Honestly, I cannot because
Best match, best goal, best timing.
I don't know. It's too short for me. I have to take a little bit of distance, you know, with all that, and after sort it out, and many highlights, and the moments I have to think about all that. 22 years, you know, I think I played 840 Premier League games. You know what that means? How many sleepless nights that means? Before the game, after the game. So I have to think about all that.
Arsene, everybody's in a state of shock about Sir Alex Ferguson at the moment.
Yeah.
It was very touching to hear you mention him at the top of your speech on the field. Can you just put into words your sense of shock and your feelings about this?
Well, because I was with him on the pitch last week. I went to see him in the box after the game on Sunday, and 1 week later he looked in a perfect shape. He told me he's doing a lot of exercise, and he looked very happy. But that kind of accident can happen, so we wish him all well and to recover very quickly. He's a strong man, and is an optimistic man, but nobody knows exactly. I got calls last night from Manchester. Nobody knew exactly what it is.
Arsene, you always said that you wanted to make people happy.
Yeah.
Over 22 years. Did you make yourself happy?
Sometimes to make people happy is to go somewhere else. No, I want to make people happy because I have a certain idea of the game of football, the football to be played, and my ambition was always to win with style. When you're a big club, I think you have that responsibility, and for the supporters to have a special experience when they come to the club, and that was always my target. That what I mean, making people happy. Oui, sur le terrain. Je pense qu'un entraîneur prend toujours du plaisir quand son équipe exprime le plaisir de jouer ensemble. Et puis cette équipe, elle a une qualité spéciale à ce niveau-là. Donc moi, je suis très fan de mon équipe, même si à l'extérieur, on a beaucoup déçu cette année. Mais je pense qu'il y a des ingrédients dans cette équipe qui montrent une vraie classe et une vraie envie de partager le jeu collectif.
Dans le club aussi, on a vu les joueurs, le staff, les supporters, tout le monde avec vous aujourd'hui, ça a dû faire un bien fou.
Oui, parce qu'on est dans des positions, on ne fait pas toujours l'unanimité, donc les rares fois où on l'a fait, ça fait du bien.
Right, just before Arsene goes, I'd just like to invite John Cross up from the Daily Mirror, one of your friends, Arsene, from the media.
Occasionally.
What?
Arsene, I just wanted to say a few words on behalf of all the members of the press here today. So I've written
You want to make the day really emotional.
I've written a speech. I hope you'll forgive me. I'm a better get the microphone out. I'm a better reader than I'm a sort of the writer than I should say speech maker. But Arsene, it really has been our pleasure working with you over the last 22 years. I know we've had some ups and downs, but my word, we'll miss this and we'll certainly miss you. You changed the game in this country from delivering fantastic football, glorious football, amazing memories, to the stadium we now stand in, as well as incredibly memorable soundbites, despite often claiming never to have seen it, of course. We in English football owe you a huge debt of gratitude, we really do. I think, and I hope you appreciate, within the tributes of the last few weeks, there has been a genuine and very heartfelt affection towards you, not just from the football fraternity, the luminaries and the greats of the game, but also those amongst all of us in this room reporting on it towards you. I've been very fortunate, I must say, to have covered you and Arsenal throughout the last 20 years, and having watched the club for an awful lot longer, I can honestly say they've never had it so good. There's no escaping, there's been some criticism along the way, but the fact you never hold a grudge, never duck a question, and are always respectful just shows what a class act you are as both a human being and as a football manager. You've touched us with your humility and compassion. When one of our own, Danny Fulbrook, passed away, the club, led by yourself, made a wonderful gesture, which the family, who have asked me to pass on a letter, which I will do so, will never forget. It's the same for others. Your personal, heartfelt words to give to Dermot Drummy's family last year touched them and gave them great comfort. You've touched lives way beyond football. The Football Writers Association will never forget your intervention to raise money for the victims of the Grenfell Tower at our event last year. When your presence was announced, it instantly became a sellout. That is what people think of you. And it's why the FWA, along with myself and a few others, would like to show our appreciation and present you with this, present you, I told you I wasn't very good at making speeches, present you with this very special bottle of wine here. I know you know your red wine, so I hope you will like it, and even more so that it comes from 2004, so it will never be beaten. You've been wonderful for me personally, and for so many other people in this room. Arsene, thank you. Thank you very much. It's heavy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, he forced me now to say, I will miss you as well. What I didn't want to say, in fact. But I wish you well, and we see each other certainly at big tournaments, starting in Russia next month. So it's been a pleasure, not always, but overall, I must say, I felt, even that you have to do your job, I felt always respect when I was face to face, and hopefully we felt that as well from myself. I know that to do your job today, even in the press, is very difficult, and that you had not always the choice to really express what you felt, and I know well enough the press as well that it's very difficult. So thank you, and wish you good luck in the future, and hopefully you will see great games at Arsene Football Club. Thank you. Bye-bye.